Okay, so what we have today is a continuation of where we stopped that day. This customized ribbons like quick access toolbar, font, style, size, color, bold, italic, underline, paragraph alignment, and line spacing. If time permit, we'll go beyond that, right? So very quickly, let's look at what we have here. That's customization of ribbons. What this thing we see here, like I said, this is called the quick access toolbar. It is called the quick access toolbar because whatever we need to see very fast, we can easily access it here on the quick access toolbar. We can custom this to add things that we know we frequently use here on the quick access toolbar. We can also custom it to remove things that we don't need from the quick access toolbar. So how do we go about that? We stand on the quick access toolbar, right click. When you right click, you see here, remove from quick access toolbar, customize quick access toolbar, show quick access toolbar below the ribbon, customize the ribbon. So let's customize the quick access toolbar to bring in something like the font color and the text effect, right? The text effect and typography. So let's put them here so that if we are somewhere here under insert, we are dealing with something, we want to change the font color, we don't have to return back to what the home tab where the font color and the text effect is. So if you cannot hear me, you let me know. If you drop a message on the chat box, I might not see it, right? Because I'm away from the Zoom now. Okay, then if you don't understand, you call my attention immediately to the mic. Okay, so I'll right click again to let's custom it. Say customize or quick access toolbar. Once we customize quick access toolbar, it will open this window here for us. So you can see here that we have undo here, and here we have what undo. We have save here, here we have what save. We have redo here, here we have what redo. Then you can see transform. We also have the transform ribbon here. So for me to custom anything and add it here, what do? I search for it here. When you see here, we have the popular command have been selected. So these are the most popular commands we have on Word in MS Word, like the popular ones. I can decide to say, okay, show all commands. Show all commands. It will show all the commands. You can see them. Go the ones that are not necessary. We can see them here. Arranged in alphabetical order. What am I looking for? We are looking for what font color. So we have to go down to where we see fonts, right? So we have font color here. I'll click on the font color and I'll say what add. It has been added already, right? Whatever I want to add again, what else do I say we should add? Okay, text effect. We have to scroll down to where we have text effect, so we can add it there. So this text box, text effect here is here. So on that text effect here, we have to I can just click it and add it here.
Sorry, I lost. I didn't get I didn't get the beginning of this customize the access, the quick access toolbar.
Okay, let me go back. So this is
Toolbar. Sorry.
All right, no problem.
Where do we go from there? Where do we start?
I'm taking you back now. I'm taking you back.
And there is something I can't find in my laptop. This they do and undo. Beside that save, I can see a save in my system, but I can't see that hair, this arrow and the undo arrow. I can't find it in my own system.
Okay, that's why I am introducing you people to this customization, because everything that is here, you might not see it on your own, right? There are some things here that I custom on my own to bring them in. Like when I want to custom the ribbon now, I will custom ribbon using your name and Samuel as ribbon groups, right? So to custom it so that, take note, if you are with your system, you can follow me as I do. You right click here on this quick access toolbar, right click. When you right click on the mouse, or whether you're using your laptop mouse, you come to word customize quick access toolbar. You click on it, normal click and not right click, right? So when you come here, all the ribbons that have been set to the quick access toolbar will display that are displayed here. You also see them here, arranged in order. Here, the first one here is save. Here we have save, like that the word transform. So if I want to remove transform, I'll click on the transform and I click on the word remove button here. When I don't want to remove, I say let us custom the quick access toolbar to add this color, font color, and what text effect, right? So come here, what we have here, if you check here, choose command form. So we have most popular commands here, or the popular commands in MS Word. But in case you're searching for what you want and you can't find it under the most popular command or popular commands, what do? You expand the selection by choosing what all commands. So for instance, we are looking for font color. There's a font color here already. Once I click on the font color, I click on what add, it will move to this side. You can see it has been added here. If I want the font color to come up, what do? The font color is highlighted. I click on this small arrow here, it will move up. You can see it. So it means it will come first before the word, before they transform. If I want it to come first before they save, I cannot use this arrow to move it up or move it down with the down arrow, right? The next thing I want to look for is the text effect. So let's scroll down. If we can see text effect, you can see there's no text effect here. What we have here is text highlight color, touch mouse mode. So we don't have the text effect here. What do? We come back to the word choose command form and choose what? All commands. You get? So you can see all these, both the ones that are not useful to all, the ones that we don't use, all of them are pop up. So we scroll down to where we have text, ST, right? So we have text, text to text field, text effect. You can see text effect and typography. This is the one we're looking for, right? So I click on it, and I click on add. It has been added. So if I want the text effect to come last, what do? I highlight, I click on the text effect, and I use the word, this down arrow. Okay.
Sorry, sir, I have a question.
All right.
I saw email on that choose command form. So if you now if you now customize the email, what is it going to do?
Yeah, you use the email to send emails. But you must first sign, log into your Word, Microsoft account. Microsoft has account. To exploit it, I will show you the account right now. So you must sign into Microsoft. When you log into Microsoft account, right, or Office account, it will give you access to both their email, which is Outlook. It will give you access to so many other functionalities. You can share your work on email. You can collaborate with your colleagues. For instance, now what I'm working on, I can share the file with you. You can also be editing the same file that I'm editing now. When you edit, I will see the edit you made. When I edit, you also see the edit I've made, right? That's collaboration. So, and we can also share, right? It will also give you access to Microsoft storage, which is Microsoft OneDrive. Just like we have what Google Drive. Here in Microsoft, we have what Microsoft OneDrive. I will show you that in a GIF. All right. So we are done adding what we want, right? So I click OK. You can now see them here. You now see them here up here. We have custom it. So anyone who don't want, again, what do? We right click the same thing and see what we can just remove it from here directly. Remove from quick access toolbar, or we go to what custom quick access toolbar. So if I click on it, I don't want this text effect to be displayed there. What do? I click on remove and I say what okay. So that's all on what customize quick access toolbar. So let us custom ribbons. What are ribbons? Ribbons are all the buttons we are seeing here. All these things here are ribbon. Take note. The highest thing here that we have, there are bars, right? Under bar, we have, this is called the tab bar. So all these things are called tabs. File tab, home tab, insert tab, design, page layout, reference, and co. These are not all the tabs we have here. Just like we're looking for undo and redo, you didn't see in your laptop, we can custom to add more tabs in this place. right? So there are two ways we can add both the tab and quick access toolbar. I've just shown you one way by right-clicking here. You see customize or quick access toolbar. You can also see what customize ribbons. So this customized ribbon is where we can custom to add what our tabs and also add what ribbons. So these are tab. This is home tab. These are all ribbons under home tab. And these ribbons are grouped into groups based on their functionality, right? Here we have the clipboard panel. What does the clipboard panel do for us? It enables us to copy, paste, and format using format painter. Format painter is like copying the format of something and applying to a text, right? Okay, so here is font ribbon group, or we call them font panel. We either call them panels or what ribbon groups. So this is font panel or font ribbon group. Everything you see here has to do with fonts. Here is the bold, you bold your font, you italize your fonts, you underline, and all of that. Then here is the paragraph panel or paragraph ribbon groups. Everything you see here is applied to what the paragraphs. Same thing with insert tab. Under your insert tab, we have pages that will do control pages. We have tables that have to do with tables. We have illustration that will do with drawing, inserting of pictures, videos, and anything you can think of. We have comments, we have links. So all these ones are different ribbon groups. They are named based on what those ribbons do. These are headers and footers, right? Header, we have footer, page numbers, and all of that. Okay, so let us custom the word ribbons now. I can right click here and say what custom ribbon, but I don't want to go through that part. I want to show you another way that we can also custom the quick access toolbar and ribbons. I click on file. When I click on file, I come to what options. So Sam, don't forget I told you we have account, right? That you can create account here. You can see the account here. So once you click account, you can see your OneDrive here. This one is login at what? Uday Michael something on gmail.com, right? So you can also open Microsoft account and leverage the functionalities. You can see here we have what access, we have Excel, we have OneNote, we have Outlook, we have PowerPoint, we have Publisher, Word, and Go. So we come to option. That way we want to custom. Come to option. When you come to option, what do you see here? We have custom ribbon and we have what quick access toolbar, which we've leveraged before. But this time around, we are going to custom what ribbons. I click on custom ribbons and it opens all these ribbons like this. Do you know why this one is open? These are all ribbons that we have. But this particular ribbon has opened all, this particular tab called insert tab has opened all the ribbons under it or the ribbon groups under it. Why? Because we are currently on what? Insert tab. You see this insert. So insert has opened all the ribbon groups under it, which is pages, you can see it here. Tables, you can see the illustration, up to what? Barcode. See barcode here, the last one. It should be hidden somewhere there. But we also have a barcode open symbols is the last one that's showing here. So we can also see barcodes somewhere there. All right. So if I close it now, I click on this minus, I will close it here. So these are all the ribbons that we have here currently. If you check, developer tab is not here. If I want the developer tab to show, you can see that it was not ticked. If I tick it and I say, okay, we will start seeing what developers tab here. You get?
Okay.
Yeah. So I'll right click on it and custom word ribbons. It's the same thing with the other one. If I want the developers tab or the background remover to come up, what do? I click on it and I start moving it up. Oh, none of them. Okay, yeah. I click on it and I start moving this mailing up or move it down. You can see, right? So I want to create another ribbon or another tab here with your name, Samuel. Elemento, are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
All right. So if you check here, we have option to create one new tab or create one new group. Don't forget I say ribbon groups, right? So all these ones are one ribbon group here. If I expand this view, you can see all the ribbon groups here. We have zone, we have views, and all of that. But if I click on home, you can see we have clipboard panel, font panel, paragraph style, editing. So I can create a new ribbon group under word home here. Right? I can create a new one under word home. But let me close this one first, this paragraph. I close this one. Let me stand here, right? Or let me be on home. So I create a new group. You can see new group have been created already. New group custom. So let us rename this new group here. I come to rename and I name it what? Samuel or Sam. Let me name it Sam with capital letter Sam. That will be the name of the ribbon group. Then let me give it an icon. Let me say for what I'm going to put there. Let's all put fonts under it, right? So I put font. I think we have fonts here. Let us bring illustration. So I use this arrow as a symbol that represents Sam. You see, it now was Sam, and it's showing that Sam is custom. It's not a default ribbon group like others. That's why it's showing what custom. So under this Sam, what do we do under Sam? I can pack all the ribbons I want and put inside what Sam. Don't forget I told you I want to use what illustration. And illustration has to do with maybe all the insert tab, right? So I will choose all tab or most popular tabs. Okay, let me use all commands then. We'll go to let us choose another thing. Let us choose all tabs. Okay, it's under all tab you have insert. So I want to unpack things that are under insert and put inside what Samuel. So under tab, we have what? We have pages here. Let me pick some things under pages and put the cover page. I've highlighted cover page and I add it under Samuel. You can see it is fully directly under Samuel. I go to tables and I add table to Samuel. I go to illustration. I add picture to Samuel. I add shape to Samuel. Then let us also add what smart ads and maybe links, hyperlinks. We add the hyperlink thing. Okay. So now we are done with this. That was under home tab. Don't forget, Samuel was not there under home tab. So we are done with that one. I want to now add a new word tab. What we added was a new ribbon group. So let us add a new tab, which is like home tab and insert tab. It will stand on its own. So a new tab has been created. You can see a new tab has been created. It is called custom tab with a default word ribbon group that also was custom, because a tab cannot just stand alone. It must have a ribbon under it. So let us rename what the tab. So I rename it as Eru, tab for Erumentor. I say okay. So let us rename this ribbon group and maybe call it gem of, right? Then pick something like this, maybe for search and put them. So that is when we can also unpack other things and drop there. Let me put barcode, add barcode to it, right? Add barcode to that ribbon group. I add it. Let us also add text. On that text box, I add text box. I add word add. I add signature line. I add date. I add object to it. So I'm done with this one ribbon group called what gem up. So let me also create another ribbon group called maybe another thing. So I create another ribbon group called cohort 1. Cohort. Okay. I've created it. Let me rename it now. Cohort 1. Cohort 1. So cohort 1 is the ribbon group. So what do we put inside? Anything we want to put inside, we can pack and put there. Add reference, unpack reference and put inside there. Okay, sorry, I need to remove the reference part. Open the reference now. Table of content, add it there. But do not forget, I said the ribbon group, all of them, they have similarities. So things that are added to ribbon group are things that are similar in function, right? So that's what we can do. So I'm done with this one. I wanted to add table of content to it. Let me add it. Okay, so I'm done. So how many things were created? we created something called arrow. You see the position of arrow here. So
Yeah.
under arrow, we have how many ribbon group? 2 ribbon group. One is called general, one is called what? It's called cohort 1. So you can now see that, okay, we can create our own ribbon group. We can even move it to this side if we want to, just the way we move the other one. Then under home tab, we have a new ribbon called what? Sam. You can see Sam here. Can we see Sam?
Yes.
Yeah, with pages and all of that. So do not forget that we are using the freeze zone. Very soon now, it will log us out and we'll join immediately. We'll rejoin immediately. So that's how to custom ribbons and words and quick access toolbar. So we'll go back and remove the ribbon we just custom now. I come to work, custom ribbon. I get here. What did we add? We added some. I removed some. You see,
Everything have gone. Yeah.
everything is gone on that sum. Then what again did we add? We added in a new tab called arrow. So this is arrow. I removed the arrow. But you see, all these ones that we didn't custom, we cannot remove them. You see, these are default words, default tabs, so we cannot remove them. Right? So it's okay. Everything has returned back to normal. So we are done with the first thing here. The next thing we'll be looking at is what? Font, style, size, and color. So that will take us to the next one we'll have for the day. So let me just pull something here. This is Hallelujah. This is a song, right? This is a song for the church. So I'll just copy it and paste it somewhere. Let us use it for our font type, size, and code. So we'll explore the font panel now. Okay. I will do something now that we'll do it later. I want to add a header so that we can have a space on top here. So let me add what? A header. Insert header. And I insert it here. You can say, and I have a space here. Then delete this one. I have a space up here. So what do we do? What we can do here, we'll use the opportunity to also explore the copy and paste, which is what the clipboard panel. So this is the clipboard panel. I just copy this stuff from another place to this place now, right? So if I want to copy, I highlight what I want to copy. And how do I highlight? If I want to highlight, I stand at the beginning of whatever I want to highlight or the end of wherever I want to highlight from, right? So I stand there, click, not right click, the left click. You click on it and drag down. If you are using your laptop keyboard, what do? You stand there behind, forward, you click the other button, and you use your hand to scroll on your word. You know your keyboard also have a mouse, right? Use your hand to scroll on the mouse. You see, I scroll down. I use my hand, I just rub it down, it will drag down. So I've done that already. What do? I want to cut this thing away. Cut is like saying remove it completely. I cut it. Is this still there? No. But after cutting it, what do? I'll paste it somewhere else. I stand here. I want to paste it here. You can see where my cursor is. Then I click on what? Paste. You can see that I've been pasted here. What else can I do? I can copy this hallelujah. Copy it. This time I'm not cutting it. Then I click on my enter key to move to the next line. And I also do what? Paste. We have shortcut for all this one. The shortcut for copy is what? Control C, which I will send you a list of all the shortcuts that we have, right? Or most of the shortcuts commands that we have. So you practice it. And it's among the it's there on this thing, or in the handout I will share with you people. I will share handout with you. You also see a list of shortcuts there, right? We have done that.
Okay, sir.
So what is the last thing here? Shortcut for pasting is Control V. Control plus V is paste, right? Control plus what? Plus V for paste equal to what? Paste.
List.
For pasting. Control X is for cut. If I over here, you can see, what is it showing there? You can see cut, bracket, Control X. Copy, bracket, Control C. Then we have what is called Format Painter. What is Format Painter? You know, if you have a role model, right? You have a role model. Like me, you see me as your what? Your role model. What do you do to be like me? Or like, who is your role model? Your role model is somebody you are looking up to be like, right? You can
Yeah.
never be the person, like say you have the same age, the same father, and all of that. No. But you can start dressing like the person, look like the person, you talk like the person, whatever the person does, you do. The person eat a bar, you eat a bar. That's like what you are copying somebody. So that's the same thing format painter does. The format painter will copy whatever that is here, the forms, the effect, and everything, and apply it to another thing that he want that thing to look like the other one, right? But it will not change the original meaning of the text. It will not change the context. It will not change the meaning, right? It will only change the appearance and the look of what the text. So let us explore format painter. What do? I want to change the font type here. I change it to Algerian, which is one of my favorite fonts when I'm dealing with this. I change it to Algerian. This is Algerian font, right? I give it a different font color, red, and I increase the font size to 20, right? But all these one they are having what do you have? What is here? The font type is what? Calibre, which is Calibre, right? The font size is what? 14. You
14.
can see it's not bold. It's not bold, it's unbolded. So if I click on this very hallelujah, Jesus Christ is risen, okay, or Christ is risen. If I click on it, I want to copy this format here and apply it to the rest. What do? I click on it and I come and click on what? Format painter. I click on format painter. You can see a brush now. It means I'm ready to brush you to look like the other person. So I click on it. I've clicked already. Don't be in a haste. I have clicked and I drag to wherever I want to apply the effect to. I drag down. I want everything here to be like what? To have Algerian font type or the font size 20, and the font color word red, and I leave it. You can see everything has changed to the one up. Can you see?
Yeah.
So this is what you can do. Why is it important? If I have done a lot of formattings here, then imagine me coming back to change the font type, change the font color, change
Change everything. Yes.
everything, you understand? But with this, I can just copy the format and apply it everywhere. And it will give me exactly the same thing without what? Without changing anything. Okay, let's say for instance, this one is what? This one is center alignment. If the center alignment, if I copy the format, this one was center alignment. It will align to the center. So both the alignment and everything will be copied. Do you get? So let us also what? We have explored the font colors already. If I want to change the color of the font, what I used to change here, that's where I will go to. I will change the font color here. This is the font color. But first, whatever you want to do, remember to first what? Highlight it. Remember to first highlight it, identify it that, okay, this is where I want to effect the changes so that it will not go and start changing. It will not even change anything.
Everything.
It will not even change anything at all if you don't highlight, right? If you don't highlight, if you are here, it will only change maybe the E or whatever. See, I change the color. It will only change this one, right? But if I highlight this, okay, this is what I want to direct me. This is the house I want to give something to. There must be identity, or you must make it what distinct. You must highlight it first. I highlight, I come here and I click on this. This thing you are seeing here, this small arrow is called what? A drop-down arrow. What does the drop-down arrow do? It is telling you, okay, we have a lot of other colors. We have a lot of other things that are supposed to be here, but they are what? Hidden inside. So for you to see them, unpack them using what? They drop down. So you click on the word drop down. Let's say I've highlighted, like once I click on this A, it will change to red automatically. But what if I don't want the color to be red? What do? I click on the font, on the drop down, and it will show me other colors that are not there. So I can now choose other colors from the list here. I can choose yellow. If I don't want if any of the color that I'm looking for is not there, what do? I click on more colors. Once I click on more colors, we have a color palette here, or yeah, we have different colors here that you can choose from that were not there, the other side. So I can choose this already, so and apply it. It worked for me. So we have less than 1 minute for the class to end. Let us just wait to connect back. When we connect, we explore other forms Thank you. Any question? If you have a question, just keep them. You ask me when we log back.
Okay, all right.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So, share my screen now. Share screen. So we are here before. If you can see my screen, you let me know.
Can see it.
Okay.
Yes, I can see it.
All right. So we're here before. We're talking about what? How to change colors. Do you have any problem with changing of color now? Ma'am, do you have any problem with changing of color? I think no.
No, sir.
All right. So if in the absence of any question or concern here,
What-
let us continue.
What I wanted to ask is that where can we come back to watch the recorded video?
I will post them on YouTube.
Okay.
I'll post them on YouTube. I have a YouTube channel. After the class, I'll post it on my YouTube channel. I will share the link to the platform. So anybody that wants to watch can watch it.
All right.
Hope that is fair.
It's all right.
All right, thank you very much, everyone. So if you check here, check what will happen now. Please pay attention. Look at the font here. Me, I always call it font type, right? And also check with the word, the font size here. If I click on this, it is showing what the font that we are using, right? So for you to change the font, what do? You can just easily click Ctrl+Shift F, that for fonts, right? It will pull it up for you. This is the word, the font size. Ctrl+Shift P for the word font size. Okay, but that's not where my interest is. For you to also increase it, you can use word Ctrl+. There is one this in bracket, square bracket. You click on it, it will increase the font for you. And you click the other one by the left, it will reduce the font for you for this, right? So what I want you to know is this. If I highlight this one, what do you see? There are different words, font sizes here. If I highlight these two, so it will not show anything here. Can you see? It will not show different the size, not show the font. Why? Because this one is using word calibrate, this one is using word Bulgarian, this one is using font 20, and this one is using word font 14. That's the size, right? So if I highlight two of them together, it will not show anything at all. So if you have a word, maybe you copy it online, you want to come and edit it. If you highlight it and you see that you're not showing anything here, but note that there are different font sizes in the word. When you are preparing a document, it is advisable that you use a uniform font size and the fonts. The colors, don't do make color riots, and do not give it different fonts. It will not make sense, especially when you are writing a letter, you are writing a CV, you are writing maybe SOP, that statement of purpose, introduction letter, and all of those things. It is always advisable to use what a uniform font.
How about designing a banner, sir?
Oh, that one you can use different fonts, but it's available.
Okay.
You use 3 fonts to 4 fonts. It will not be more than 4. It will make your work messy. Even the colors, if you use more than 3 colors, it will make your work messy, right?
Yeah.
I would have shown you a design I designed, but let me repeat. You see that design, the flyer I sent to you guys that I designed for this class. If you check the flyer, it has few colors, and that makes it sharp, right? It makes it sharp.
Okay.
If I go back, it's under business, and I think I have it here. Where can I have it, sir? Anyway, if I can't find it, so I will know. Okay, it's here. Well, let not waste our time with that. If you want to design, use simple word colors, use simple word fonts, and do not color riot. Okay, so that is on what? Font color. What does this one do? I know all of us, we have Bibles, or we have seen a Bible before. whenever those days we read Bible, we use something like crayon to mark where we have read, to highlight it. So that anytime you remember, used to do it very well that time because you used to read Bible. Yeah. So when you want to,
sorry, what do you say?
I say you used to read Bible very well and you used to mark your Bible whenever
and
you
you they
read.
use mark, they write Bible, they write for Bible.
Yes, you to mark so that when you come back, you will see the most important thing. Maybe like Genesis 1:1 in the beginning, you come and highlight it and use it to draw your sword and Bible competition. So now I have an important line here that I want to highlight. I want to highlight that I come here, this is highlight, right? Do not forget, if I click on this, it will only give me yellow color. You click it tomorrow, it will give you this yellow color or any color that is there. But if I want to see other color, where do I click? I click on what? This drop down here to show me other colors that are here. And I click on it. But first, you must highlight first, or when you finish clicking, you come and highlight where you want to highlight. You see, that's the color now. And when I'm done, what do? I return it back. You know, I will keep highlighting other places, right? So if I want to highlight this one now, I highlight it first, then come here, choose any color that I want to use to highlight, and highlight it then. You see, right? So that is that what they highlight. Okay. If I want to clear this highlight, what do? I highlight back, then come here and say what? No color. Highlight this one, come back and say what? No color. If you check here now, it's not showing any color here again. It's showing white, meaning that, and it's not even showing white too. Do not deceive yourself. There's no white. You can see something around it, a black color around it, meaning what? There is no color at all. If it were white, it would show me white there. Unfortunately, we don't have white color here because the background is always white. So this is called text effect. What does text effect do? You can see this place now. If you want to change the color, we can only give it one color. We cannot color the outline. Do you get? But with this text effect, we can color the outline. Make it, especially when we are designing something. I highlight this one. I come here and choose any effect I want. Let's say I want to use this effect. Let's use this effect or any other effect here. You can see that it has two colors now, color white and color what? Black. So I can now change the individual colors. Come back here. I can change this one to any color here, which will affect the text itself. Red. Okay. Let me highlight all and I click on red. So I have color red. If I want to give it a color, a text effect, let me say text outline. What do? I click on it and come here and say what? Outline. Click on outline and give it any color of my choice. You can see, right? So we have two colors now. That's the function of what? The text effect. We can also explore other things like what? Shadow. I can give my text a shadow. Any shadow I like. You can see a shadow here on my text already. Can you see shadow here falling down? So we have a shadow. I can also give my text what is called reflection. My text will reflect down like this. Can you see it? It's not bold enough, right? Can you see the reflection? So I can reflect my color like this. Or let me say, not my color, my fonts, my text, right? I can give it a reflection down. It will fall down. Or any other reflection. I can glow it if I want to glow it. This is what glow does. I can also change the glow color. Even the shadow color, I can change the shadow color if I come to more options. If I come to more options, you can see here, I can give it, there's a color here. Of course, I can give it the color here and all of that. So let me close this one first. So you explore other things on your own. Another thing we look at here is what? These things here. If I want it to be bolded, I click bold, right? This text is not bolded. I can click on bold for it to be bold. Italic for it to be italicized. Underline, if I want to underline it. But under underline, you can see the drop down here. What does that mean? Or what does it tell us? It tells us that, okay, we have other underline we can also use, so not just this one. So if I click on it, you can see that we have double underline, we have dash, we have this one, and we have no underline. We also have what? Underline color. We have more underlines. I click on more underline. If you open this, we can see other underlines here. So I can decide to use any of them, any one of my choice, right? I click on it, then we have it like this. If I want to color the underline, what do? I also click on this drop down. I come to underline color and I give it a different color. Let's say I give it red. So I have this like this. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I want to strike something, I have strike here. I strike it one line. You see, it will strike it through. So I know we all did integrated science in our secondary school. If you are not a science student, you might not know chemistry. So the formula for water is what? H2O, right? That's the formula.
Yes, sir.
Yes, H2O. But it's not written like this, H2O. You cannot be rubbing shoulders with the H and O because H2O means it is two hydrogen and one oxygen. So it should not be like this. The two is down. How do we make it down? We use what is called what? Subscript, which is this subscript. You see, you click on the subscript, and if you over here, you see the short cut for it, which is what? Control plus equal to give you that two. If I hit my control plus what? Equal to, I get my subscript. Control shift equal to, it will give me superscript. You can see. So this is subscript, and the other one is what? Superscript. Where do we use the superscript? I want to write 2 raised to power 2. I can write, if I write like this is not 2 raised to power 2, this is 22, right? If I want to raise it to the power, there is no way I can do it except I use what? Superscript. So this is now what? 2 raised to power 2. You get? So
yeah,
we are done with that. For the fonts, we have plenty fonts here. When you click on this drop down, you already know what the drop down does. We have other fonts here that you can use depending on what you want to use it for. Are you designing something? You use it, right? Are you designing something? You use other color, other font that you can that will make sense to you. We have copper black, depending on your choice. But officially, when you are writing a letter, a CV and all of that, we always use what? Calibri. If we don't use Calibri, we use Arial. We don't use Arial, use Times New Roman. This is Times New Roman. If you type here, it will show you Times. You can see it there. Times New Roman. This is Times New Roman. And the font size that is okay is what? Font 12, font 14, font 13. That's official. It's okay. You are writing to somebody whose eyes are not very okay or an older person, you can use font 14. But normal people, I think normal people with age bracket like us, you can use what? Font 12, 13. Right? And if what you are writing is small, you can also increase the font size so that it will cover the workspace here. This is our workspace. The workspace here, right, to cover it. Then if what you're writing is too much and you want it to enter one page, you can even reduce the font size to font 11, right? We also have other font sizes that we can use. For instance, if I want to use font 12.5, I will not see it here. If you click on this drop down, it will show you font that we have, but it will stop at what? 72. You get? It stop at 72. But if I want to have a font that is more than 72, what do? I click on this one here, increase font. You can see I can increase it to even 200. But I'll just come here and type the font size I want. Let's say I want font 11.5. I do what? 11.5 and click what? Enter. You can see this 11.5. But if you come here, you can never see what? 11.5. And if you use this one, you can never see 11.5. You get, it will not give you decimal. So if you want the decimal font size, you use it. Let's say 20.5, 20 point or 6 point. Okay, I think point 20.5. It will give us 20.5, right? That's custom. Okay. Then what else do we do on that font here? Let us change the casing of our font case. Font case. Font case is like saying I want to write capital letter, I want to write small letter. I want every word to be capital letter. The first letter of every word to be capital letter. That's what capitalize each word. And we also have toggle. So if I want to write, if I want to change the font case or the casing, the text case, what do? I change case here. If you see this big A and small a, it stands for what? Capital and small. I click here. This is uppercase, which is what? Capital letter. Lowercase, small letter. Capitalize each word. The first letter of each word will be capital letter. Then we also have another one called what? Toggle. Toggle is the opposite of what? Capitalize each word. The toggle, the first letter of each word will be small letter, while the rest are word capital letters. You can see it here. This toggle. So you can explore it. We have made all these changes here. If I don't want any of these formats that I've done to be here again, where do I go to? I click on this. This is called what? Clear all format. Once I click on clear all format, everything will return back to normal. Can you see? It will return back to font 11, the normal font size we use, which is Calibre, and all of that. So this one has no word format. I hope you understand what I'm trying to explain.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that is that on this. Any question? Any question?
No, for me, I don't have a question, sir.
I think silent means no question. All right. I love that. Okay. There's no question. We move toward paragraph. This is the paragraph panel. So this one is interesting. Just pay attention. And let's see. Let me try to open a text that has more write-ups like this. Top 10. Let me see what this one has for us. Okay. Nothing much here. Nothing much here. I will use this very one here that I've used before. This is somebody's work, but I will not save it. So all this is how you can paragraph something. We use our paragraph, right? This is how you can paragraph something. If you check here, we have what is called block paragraphing and open paragraphing. When we are in secondary school, we used to write and say, when you want to write a paragraph, you do what? You tap like this. This is a paragraph. You use the cover of your pen to measure the paragraph. Then if you reach here, you can also tap like this. This is what? Another paragraph, right? This is another paragraph. But this one is, people don't use it anymore. What they use is what? Block paragraphing, just like this one. How does block paragraphing work? How do we know that this one is a different paragraph from the other one? For instance, if I do like this, you don't know which one is a paragraph here. You think everything is one paragraph, right? So for us to use block paragraphing, what do? We can say add line spacing after paragraph. So there should be what? Line spacing after each of the paragraphs. How does paragraph work? Once you enter, it assumes that you are entering a new word, paragraph. Let me write a simple sentence here for us. And I say, my name is Nobu. I am from Onyogbe. This is a sentence. If I enter like this, it assumes that I'm entering a new paragraph. But if I continue writing, let me say, I write this and I paste it here. Okay, let me continue pasting it here. Like this. I copy this. Copy it. Paste it back. Paste it. So this assumes that, okay, the whole of this thing is what? One paragraph. Are you seeing? This one paragraph. Okay, let me try to add line spacing after paragraph. Line spacing after paragraph. So this means there's a paragraph here. You can see that this one is blocked. Why this one there's a word, a space here. There's a space here. So it means there are what? How many paragraphs here? There are 2 paragraphs in this place. How do you know? There is a space between the first one and the word, the last one. So instead of us using this open paragraph that you tap here, what do? We say add line spacing after paragraph. So anywhere you enter, if I stand here now, behind this yours, and click enter, it will create another paragraph for me. That's why I say add line spacing after paragraph. Once you enter, it assumes that you are doing what you want to enter another paragraph. You know, you just continue writing. Of course, when we write in secondary school, primary school, and even in high institution, you write till you exhaust what you want to write for that point, right? Before you move to the next paragraph. If you move to the next paragraph, it means you are done with that first section. You want to start another statement, you want to start another point, and all of that. So that would have to add paragraph. So I can say, okay, you can see these things here. It just clusters, right? This one is clusters. So if you give it to somebody that that has visual impairment, the person might not be able to read correctly. So we can do what? This is single line spacing. What we are using here is what? Please, if your mic is on, try to mute it. Your mic is on.
Sorry, sir.
Mute it. All right, thank you. Okay, so you highlight it and come here and say you can choose to use what 1.5 line spacing. This 1.5 line spacing or double line spacing. This double line spacing, it will double the space for you. But ideally, if you want to space, you can use single line spacing or 1.5 line spacing. It depends on you. If what you are writing is much and they are saying do not write more than one page, why would you go and use 1.5 line spacing? Because it will consume your space, right? Instead, you zero it to what? Single line spacing, return it here, and remove line spacing after paragraph. You don't add it. If it is there, you go and remove it. So that if you mistakenly add something, do not add. Anyway, you want to add a paragraph, you come manually, you click the like this line now. This is where I am. If I want to add line spacing after this one now, I come here and so on. Add line spacing after paragraph. So it will space it here, meaning this one is what? New paragraph for me. So this one will now do what? Conserve space for us. We have what is called page margin, which we are going to set very soon. But before then, let us explore others. What do you see here? This is left alignment. If I want to align everything to the center, I use what center alignment. You can see it here. Everything will be in the word center of the word page. This is right alignment. Everything will align to the right. It will give preference to what the right hand side. Every other thing that remains will be this side. Then this is justified. What does justify do? You will enjoy justify here than there. This justified. Everything starts same place, terminate the same place here, right? So it will be arranged evenly here. It will also be arranged evenly here. So there is nothing like this one that will be zigzag entering like this, right? So it will be very neat. I use justify very well to make my work very neat. I don't want this way whenever I write, I'll be having some word inside, some outside, some inside, some outside. So when you use justify, everything will be word. By the right hand side here, it will be very neat for you. This other side, left hand side, it will also be very what neat for you. Okay. So I use justify a lot. We have used this one, line spacing after paragraph, line spacing before paragraph, and all of that. What if I want to number something? I write something and I say, okay, let me give it numbers, like from 1 to 5. This is where you can number it. You can say numbers here, right? You click here, either use ABC, you use this, you use this. Anyone you want to use, you can use it, right? You want to use 1, 2, 3, you can use 1, 2, 3 here. The one with bracket, you can use it. That is that. So anytime I enter, it assumes that I want to enter new paragraph or new line. It will create a number there. I enter here, you see it now what up to 10. I enter another one again, I'll have up to 11. So anyway you enter, it will still give you a number, right? That numbering. Apart from numbering, I can give it what bullets. These are bullets, right? I can give it a bullet like this. I can use dots. So my favorite bullet is actually this one. I use this one a lot. Or I use this, or I use this. But you can use your own for no bullet, right? We also have these ones. You can number it like this, Lancy. You can see, right? So I want us to do something here. If I'm writing address, I'm writing a letter to somebody. You know, when you write a letter now, we'll just say number, let me use one address here. Number 22 Omila Road, right? Comma, opposite Ojo Barracks, comma, Ojo, comma, Lagos, Sorry, Lagos. This is my address. If I come and align it to the right, what will you see? This is not my address, so I'm just writing it for writing sake. If I align it to the right, you see this is not normal, right? It doesn't make sense this way. Let me align it back to the left, because when you start reading, it will be for this side. You not go that way to you'll be reading something like this. No, it's not a proper way of formatting address, right? So what do? I use tab. You check tab on your keyboard, you use tab to move it like this. That is to be neat this side. You don't want to use tab. What do you use? You come to paragraph panel and use this. Can you see? Increase what? Indent. You use it to increase indent. You can see this is moving along with it. This is what used to indent something. Your indent is like the paragraph we said before that when we were in secondary school, you measure something and say, okay, I want to add I want to add a paragraph. I want to create a new paragraph. So what do we use for indentation? We use tab or we use this for indentation. For instance, if I stand here, I can click here to indent this, right? If it's a new line of its own, I indent it. Or I can use what? Highlight it and I use my tab. Tab and this I use for indentation. Do you get? So I will undo it. For me to undo, remember I will undo here. I click here to undo the changes I have made. It will return back. If I want to redo it, what do? I click on this to go back. Undo, I click here. But me, I don't always use that one. I use Ctrl Z. If I come here, you see that undo is what? Ctrl Z, Ctrl plus Z, and redo is what? Ctrl plus Y. I use Ctrl Z or Ctrl Y. Any question on this? Are we still brethren? Hello? Can anyone hear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We are just practicing what you teach, what you are teaching us.
Okay, that's good. I will give you time to practice. Okay.
So that indent, I'm trying to return it back.
Yes. Okay, if you want to return the indent back, see here, you click here to move it. If you want to return it back, you click on the back one to return it.
Oh, okay. I'm
But,
getting
but
it.
if you use your tab, you can also use this one to return it back. Okay, if you want return, when you use your tab, what do? You undo to return it back, right? When you use your tab on your keyboard, you use undo to return it back. So the last thing here on that paragraph, or second to the last thing, I'll give you time to do practice. 2 things left here or 3 things left here on that word paragraph. You can see sorting here. We can sort in ascending order. We sort the paragraphs in what? Ascending order or descending order. So this I want to set ascending. So it will start from A to Z. So all the paragraphs that start with A will come up. The one that start with Z will go down. Or the one that let me say it will fall like that down. So you can see. I now have and spoke that being sorted in alphabetical order from A to Z. Or I can do what sort descending. The W will come first. You can see. Who could imagine so great a mercy? That sort of thing, which is not really very important. I don't know what we use it for, but it's just there. We understand it better by and by. Okay, second to the last is what? This highlight. This shading is just like highlight, but this is shading. When you write CV, you see somebody writing here, let's say this is a section of the CV called what? Personal data, right? Personal data. So when we write personal data like this, basically we want to make the CV look good, right? When you get here, you want to write something like career objective, or the career objective comes first. Career objective, right? So you want it to be different from others. You bold it, right? And you want it to be seen easily. So we have our Zoom time again, 10 minutes remaining. So what do? I highlight it here. Can you see? It makes it beautiful and different from every other thing. But be careful of the colors you use. You can decide to use, if you use black like this, it means your color here should be what? Your font color should be white. So that it will be bold, legible, readable. Do you understand? Anything you are formatting, make it what? Eye friendly, it should be easy for someone to read and understand. So this one here, we also have it here. So this one, I don't want to use word, this shading. I want to use word border. So I come here, this is a border. I click on border and see bottom border. You can see something like this. So this border is very tiny. What if I want to increase the width of the border? I come to what? Borders and shading. From here, you can see custom, which is the width. I can increase it to something like 2.25, right? Then I come back and click on border. This time around, I'll not click on the arrow, I'll just click on this. You see, it has been increased. So if I want to use double borders, I also do that here. I come here and choose the one that is double here. Or I choose this one. This one is also okay. You can choose the color of the border, 100, and say okay. But this one, it will automatically change. You have to come back and click here for the new changes to be applied. We also have, apart from bottom border, we have top border here. You can use. I uncheck the bottom border if you want to use top border. For me, the ones I use mostly are this single line. So I will just use this single line and do the double borders up and down to separate one section of the CV from the other. So I have bottom. I also do that for what? The top border, something like this. But I can increase the width of it so that it will be nice. But I'll not color it, I'll use black, right? We also have left border. We also have what? Right border. You can see that I from a circle. Then if I uncheck all of this, to remove, you have to go back and uncheck it. So I have what is called all borders. I have outside borders. To give one like the other one. So if I highlight everything here and say all borders, let's shade how it will work. You can say this all borders. It will highlight, let me say border, give border to any line it sees. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, Sas. You have your question, you ask the remaining 7 minutes before we go. Then, if you don't have any question, I will introduce you to this so that we know we are done with the home tab. This one, we'll use it, but you might not appreciate it now. It's when you want to do your table of content. That way you know that, okay, I want to insert table of content. My table of content is not inserting. What do I do? What do I do? So, ask your questions. Any challenge? Any challenge? Any concern? Okay, quickly, since there's no question, I promise to teach you, to tell you about what indentation. So, I mean, you can see this thing here, this calibration here. This thing is calibrated, right? So this set the page margin. We cannot write outside the page, just like when you wrote your junior Y, senior Y, they say do not write on the margin. So you cannot write on the margin here. You cannot write anywhere here, anywhere up here. You cannot write here, right? Even no matter what you try. But if you want to reduce the margin, what do? You come here, check my cursor, the way it will change. You see it here changing, right? You now click and drag to reduce the margin. If you want to increase the margin, you drag toward this side. All these places, you cannot write anything here. The same thing with the top margin. You see, we can increase it, we can reduce it, depending on what we are working on. If I need more space, do I have to increase it or reduce it? I will have to reduce it if I need more space for my work.
So, sorry, excuse me. That margin is not showing on my own system.
Okay, the margin is not
own.
Okay, if it's not showing, yes. Come here. Come to view. Can you see view?
Okay, view. I've seen it. I've seen view.
Okay, see ruler. Uncheck the ruler, it is gone. If you check the ruler, it will come out.
Okay, I've seen it.
All right, perfect. Perfect.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So that's the margin. You can set it, you can reduce it. All right. So that is that. The last thing, like I said, if I have this one as the title, and I want to use it for table of content, I can use what? I say this is what I can just give it heading 1. This, you can see it, I colored it, right? I come here, if this is heading 1 too, I make it heading 1. Why? They are in the same level. Do you get? This one and this one are in the same level. It's just like saying this is a state, this is a local government. Local governments are under states, states are under countries, right? Local government are under states, states are under countries. So now, if I have any other thing that is falling under this career objective, what do? I will not use heading 1 again. I will say what? Heading 2. I'll give it what? Heading 2. Heading 2, right? Then if this one is what? Heading 1, I make it heading 1. If I have anything that is falling under this one, this heading 2. Then if I have any other one that is falling under this Jesus Christ, whatever, I make it heading 3. Let's see how it works. If I come to reference, right, and insert table of content, you can now see that I can easily insert table of content. You see, right? This is the table of content showing here with their labels. This one, personal, career objective, all this one, they are falling under the same level. Why this one and this one are falling under this one? Because why? They are labels, sub-levels under this. So that's it. Quickly before we run out of time, you know, I told you how to insert page numbers here. I want to quickly show you one thing. I have Nigeria as a state. If I want to write Nigeria, Nigeria should be on the level, right? Nigeria. Okay, let me use capital letter. Nigeria is my country. I want to write list state under Nigeria. Where do you think the state should fall? They should be fall under Nigeria directly, right? We have Lagos State, Lagos. We have Ogun State. We have Oyo State. We have Benin. Sorry, Edo. Okay, right now, I want all these things to fall under what? Nigeria. So I can bullet it like this. You see, let me use the other bullet like this. So now I want to list local government under Lagos, and I come and say Ikeja. Does it make sense? What do you think this Ikeja is? If somebody comes here, you say what? If I say these are Nigerian state or state of Nigeria, states of Nigeria, then what do you think Ikeja is? Ikeja is automatically a state, right?
Yeah, yes.
So, but I don't want Ikeja
so
to
it's
fall.
It's under Lagos, right? Okay.
It's under Lagos. It's not supposed to be a state. So what do? I stand behind Ikeja here, and I use my tab. I hit my tab. Bam. You can now see that Ikeja is now under Lagos. You get? So when you are seeing, okay, state under state of Nigeria, you can now see Lagos. You will not count Ikeja. You see that Ikeja is something under Lagos. So I list Ojo under Lagos, and I use what? Lekki under Lagos. So under Lekki, let's say I have Ikate. Ikate should be under Lekki, right? I use Ikate. So it will make sense like this. It will be like Ikate is also what? A local government. So what do I do for Ikate to fall under Lekki? I hit my tab. So Ikate now is under what? Lekki. And I want to write other things that are still under Lekki. Marwa. If there's Marwa, right? Then we have Elegushi. Like that. If I want to do the same thing for Ojo, I say under Ojo we have Muo. Then I have to come behind it and hit enter. I have Muo, I have Teddy, I have Gojere. Then under Gojere now, I can list streets that are under Gojere. Then I want to list street under Gojere, I can now enter it. Tab. Don't forget your tab. On your keyboard, you see tab there. Hit your tab. I have under Gojere, we say we have Mohammed Ada. These are straight. We have Elijah Messiah. Okay? That ends it. Do you understand it? So practice on your own. I'm going to give assignment today. After this class, I'll drop assignment on the Google Classroom. So you go there and use your assignment. The purpose of the assignment is for you to practice, right? It's not to do anything, but to help you practice what you learn so far. Any